Hello everybody, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Origins. Haven't done a whole lot in between parts because I'm actually recording this not long after I recorded the last part. Because I actually got some extra recording time this week, so yay. So yeah, the only thing I've done in between is I've went to the blacksmith and I've upgraded all my gear because we leveled up to 60 in the last part. So I figured, fuck it, I'll go. I will level all my gear up to 60. My wallet took a huge hit. It costs so much money to upgrade legendary equipment sets. But also at the same time, there was a couple of the sets that I hadn't upgraded in a while. So I mean, like the pirate set that I'm using right now for my assassin gear here was only level 51. So I mean, that took way more than my Spartan War Hero set that I was using, which was level 55.
Swear I heard something.
Yeah, I know you didn't. So yeah, I got all that. I went through, I changed my equipment, or like the looks of my equipment a bit. Really happy with my choices. They go well with the Phobos skin that I mentioned in the last part. There we go. Just take that out. Okay, so with that guy taken out, I should be able to get close enough to this guy. So yeah, right where we left off, we're clearing out the barracks here. And then we have a fort. And then maybe I'll go and kill that fucking plane that's flying by. But then we have a fort to go clear out in the woods somewhere. I think I was actually like right next to it, the fort. But then I needed to go see the blacksmith, so I ended up out here. Or then I ended up, this was like the closest town. And it had a blacksmith and one of my targets. So I'm like, fuck it, why not, right? Go, get rid of that guy. I don't know about you, but I feel like I would hear someone sneaking through the bushes like that, right? Like that sounds awfully loud, right? When she's going through there. Oh my.
Back to my...
Oh, the fuck? Seriously, not even a warning today that my batteries were gonna die. Fuck. Alright. Stupid fucking batteries. I didn't have a warning at all today that my batteries were gonna die, which is unfortunate. Okay, so that guy's gonna go and train, I guess. This guy's just like staring at the arrows like he wants to train, but... Or he wants to make a show of training without actually training. Alright, buddy. Stretch is done? Good. Goodbye.
That takes care of the barracks and the camp. Now I need to clear the fort.
Yeah, you do. Alright, so all we got left now is the fort. And then we're done Marini's plan. And then I guess we just have to go and talk to them after that. Oh, here he comes. Look, he's a unicorn. He has rainbows and everything. Like... Why is this a thing in the standard game? Like, this isn't a Helix credit purchase. This isn't like some special reward for anything for doing something silly. This is literally base game sold at a blacksmith. Like, it's ridiculous. But I was right. I mean, the outfit does match somewhat. I love the rainbow just coming off the hooves. That's fucking hilarious. Lion. There must be a mercenary right there that I missed. Because otherwise he definitely would have knocked me off the horse. But yeah, I can't remember why, but I was looking because, like, I had that Phobos skin on that I got for being the #1 merc for quite a while now. And, like, before that, I just had the standard Phobos skin. Like, I didn't have a special skin. Or, no, that's right. I had the pre-order bonus Time Lord, Guard of Time, whatever. The time-based horse armor. And, I had that for so long before I got that other one. So I was looking, and it's like, well, what other skins can you get? Because, like, in Origins, there were so many mounts. Like, you could get so many different ones. Like, my entire playthrough, I didn't even touch one classification of them. Like, because, like, you had camels, you had horses, and then for some reason you needed a perk to do it. But if you took the one perk, you could then buy chariots. And I never bothered with that because I was happy with my horses and whatnot. But, like, I remember changing, although I'm not sure if I changed my mount all that often in Origins, but, I mean, like, the option was there. Like, I had a bunch of them, and there was, like, multiple unlockable ones for, like, doing certain missions or for completing the chariot races. I remember doing a fuck ton of the chariot races, both normal difficulty, and they had like an elite difficulty or some shit. I don't know if that's exactly what they called it, but that's what it was. That was like really, that was supposed to be even harder, but I remember having a much easier time with it for some reason. I don't know if that's like just because maybe I did it like not long after I'd done the normal races, so, you know, I was still like going from there, like I hadn't got rusty or anything with them. So, or maybe like, I remember there was like something specific though that made them easier, where it was like the enemies were a lot more violent or something, so like it was a lot easier to just like take them out or something, and then just like casual it in, like just phone it in for the rest of the race because all your opponents were dead. But yeah, like this one here, I think that when I looked it up, there was obviously the skin for becoming the #1 merc. But then other than that, I want to say there was only, like, you had the 3 skins that you could choose from at the beginning of the game, which you could then buy the other 2 later at a blacksmith. And then I want to say there was only like 3 more after that, so like 6 skins total, or 7 skins total base game. Oh god. Oh god. But yeah, like, so it was like really weird, like when I looked at it. I think I had looked it up before, which is when I like started hunting mercenaries to try to get up to #1. Just so like I could change like what my horse looked like. I think that was like my main incentive for actually becoming the #1, like actually attempting to become the #1 mercenary instead of just letting it happen. But yeah, like, so yeah, I got a unicorn now. And I changed my armor, so I got like the... It turns out that I actually had the entire pilgrim set, armor set, which is what this is right now. Obviously, it's still the pirate set, just with the pilgrim set skin on it. But it's very nice. It's very assassin-y. I mean, it reminds me a lot of, like, Ezio's robes and that, because it's got, like... It's got, like, the nice red sash across the middle and that. It's like, mostly white with red accents, you know, which is very Ezio. Well, I guess depending, because I guess Ezio had different outfits he could put on, too. But, like, when I think Ezio, like, that's more or less what I'm thinking. But yeah, and then I have the, I got the rest of the pieces, although I still don't have a helmet, so I'm not sure if there is a helmet for it for the silver armor set, which I have worn before, but it's my favorite armor set in the game. I really like the way it looks and everything, so I'm wondering if there's a gold one, because like I have a bronze armor set and I have the silver armor set, no helmet for either of them, but I got the rest of each of them. So I'm wondering if there's a gold armor set, because like you get like a lot of the armor sets that aren't like unique or, you know, like bronze and silver, that where they're like specifically named something, right? There's different tiers of them that you can morph your armor into. So like you can have like plated copper, decorative gold, I I can't remember what the silver one is called. It's not, I don't think it's called engraved silver, but it's like something to that effect. And all that, right? So, I mean, like, I just went and got one of my other helmets and that I could, because the weird thing about it is that once you pick up an armor piece, you can then transform any of your armor into that armor piece. But for the different tiers of them, they're unlocked either by picking up one of that tier, I think, or, and I only think that because, like, the way some of them have unlocked for me, it's got to be that, or based on level. So, like, there's a lot of the helmets and that where I'm reasonably certain that I never got more than one of them before. In fact, there's quite a few helmets that I honestly don't remember even getting the one of. Where I can now have, like, the gold one, which is, like, I think level 60 unlock quite a bit of the gold tier ones for me. But I don't, not really one for gold. It's kind of gaudy and I don't really think it looks all that great. But anyway. Oh, there's a fucking bear somewhere. Jesus Christ. I can hear it. Must be in a cage down there. Who did I just see? Did I not just see some? Oh, there is one guy way over there again. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, like, I don't... But, yeah, as far as I'm aware, you can pick up the same helmet of a different material, I guess. Tier isn't really correct because, like, it doesn't matter what material it's made out of for, like, the purposes of anything. It, you know, gives you the same stats. But, oh, come here before you turn around. Yeah, because, like, there's been a lot of them where it's like, oh, I have, like, the first tier, the second tier, and, like, the fifth tier. And it's like, all right, that's weird. And then, like, the sixth tier is unlocked behind 60. Because I can't remember all of them. I know there's copper. I know there's gold. I know there's, I want to say tarnished steel. Like, tarnished is actually part of it. And then it's, like, engraved silver, decorative gold. Fuck. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's really neat that they did that. It doesn't change your, like, it doesn't change, like, the overall appearance of the armor. But, like, it does add, like, little embellishment. Oh, fuck.
I'll cut you open.
Nope, not that one. So I also did, since I was at the blacksmith already. How did nobody hear that? That guy was only 30 meters away. There's no way he didn't hear that. So while I was at the blacksmith, I did do a little bit more engraving. Turns out that I actually, well, I guess it doesn't make sense, or wouldn't have made sense if I had engraved it. But, like, none of my Spartan war hero armor was engraved. I did engrave, I switched my sword, my one sword that I use on this build, and engraved it. And then I engraved the club that I have on my hunter build just to have it. And then, you know, I got, turns out not a lot of the, like, legendary effects for armor. Like,
Killing him will be much easier now. Mater said Lagos is hiding in Fort Samikon. Time to go pay him a little visit.
right, breaking bread complete. Man, he's a lot easier to find now that he's white with and shoots rainbows out his hooves. Which isn't nearly as funny as shooting rainbows out his ass, but I mean, there's only so far that Ubisoft would go with that. Oh yeah, I forgot that I did have another quest. All right. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with the way their armor system works. I always like it when they add shit like that to a game where it's like, because I'm not one for, like, massive amounts of embellishment. Like, end game armor in a lot of games to me it's just too much. Like, it's too fancy. It just doesn't feel practical. And it's always nice to have the option of changing it up, changing it around. Like, Like, I remember when World of Warcraft, because I used to play that a lot, it first introduced the transmogrify, I think they called it, where you could take your armor piece, and as long as you had to have the armor piece that you wanted to change yours into, right? And I remember like a bunch of like my friends in that going, it's like, all right, we gotta go back and we gotta do like these old school raids and like grind them out to get like the legendary armor sets from that, so we can look like that and great and all that. And like, I actually looked online. I looked through all the different armors, everything like that, right? To see what ones I wanted, and it was from like a fucking heroic dungeon in the Burning Crusade. And I think those that the Transmogrify came out, I want to say at some point with Wrath of the Lich King, but it may not have been until Cataclysm. Oh, it had to have been in Wrath of the Lich King, because I remember using that armor a lot. But yeah, it was just like some armor from a heroic one. It wasn't even like epic armor. I don't even think it was like purple armor. It may have even just been like straight up common armor. But it was just like, this is the armor. Like, I like the looks of it. And I think the only piece of it I didn't take was like the helmet. Is like I went and got a different helmet. Because I didn't like the one that was like with the set. But yeah, like it was just hilarious seeing like some of my friends spent so much time, like weeks, because you know on World of Warcraft, you know, like the raids after you would do them, you could only do them once a week, right? So if it wasn't like the bosses would only respawn once a week. So like if it wasn't one of the pieces that could randomly just drop, because there was some pieces where it was just like, this piece drops within the dungeons. Like anything that you kill in the dungeon could drop that armor piece, right? But then there were some where it's like only the bosses do it, right? And so like if it was one that you needed to kill a boss to get, you could only try that once a week. And I remember doing, it was when I was trying to get, what the fuck's his name now? It's the big lava guy, anyway. I was trying to get his hammer, Sulphurous. I was trying to get his hammer. Which is like a long, involved quest that involves you doing the raid a lot, right? But it was like, I was trying to do this at a point where I had like a huge level advantage on the dungeon. And why do I need to be anonymous? What do I need to be anonymous for?
That settles it. Without grain, Lagos won't be able to feed his troops or pay for more.
Oh, right. But yeah, like it involved getting like I can't remember what it was. There was something that I needed, but there was only like 2 bosses, I think, in the entire raid that actually dropped the things that I needed. So like every week, you know, I would just go in the dungeon, go kill like the 2 bosses that dropped the thing, and then just leave, because like that was all I needed at the time, right? And like that, like I spent so much time, because like it doesn't take very long if you're not using multiple characters. It does not take very long to make it to the end game. And like, and it didn't even take me very long to get to the end game, even though like I was taking my time. I was going through, just like I did in this game, just like I do in any game like this. You know, like I was taking my time. I was going through each individual area. Like I made sure I did all the quests. Like, you know, I was looking at the level requirement, or like the level suggestions for each area, like I did for this one. And like I was making my way through the levels or through the different regions according to what their levels were, or what level you were supposed to be at when you got there. So, you know, I was like massively over leveled for like the majority of the game, just like I am in most RPGs, because of how like weirdly I go through them. And yeah, it didn't take me very long to make it to the end of the game. So like I honestly, that may have been like where my achievement hunting really started. Because I think I was playing that before I got a 360. I'm not sure, but either way, I don't think I was really like much into achievement hunting until the Intel World of Warcraft, just because like I made it to the end of the game and I just didn't have anything else to do. So, and like I started another character, but because of like the way I went through, because like the way a lot of people play it, right? Like they can play multiple characters on it because like they'll get their character, they'll take them through a certain set of regions until they hit max level. And then, you know, if they start another character, they'll take them through a different set of regions, right? But because of the way I had played it, I had went through every region. So like outside of like, I think I started pretty much one of every like race just to and like it was more or less the same thing I did in like Dragon Age Origins. Had a similar thing for me, right? Where it's like they had different like openings, like intros to the races and that, and like so like I played through each of those. But then once I got into it's like, oh, now you need to like start leveling and doing whatever. It's like, all right, well, I don't care anymore because like I've done this, right? So yeah, like that's really when I started going for like a bunch of achievements and that. I remember like out of my entire guild, I think there was only like one other person who had as many achievements as me. And that was because, and I think we kept going back and forth, right? Because like he would do the raid, like until Wrath of the Lich King, I didn't really care for the raids. And even then, I only cared a little bit about the raids. Like I didn't bother doing heroic raids. I didn't care. Like the raids are more or less the only reason why I don't like MMOs is because like you need a group of people to consistently do it, right? And it's like I just don't have good luck with that. Like there was a period of time where I did a lot of raids in that game, but like we would go back and forth between who had more, because you still had an achievement score in there, just like gamer score. You still had a score in it, right? And we would go back and forth, because like he would do a raid, or he would go through like the heroic version of a raid or something, and you know, squeak that little bit ahead of me. But then like I would finish up like some weird ass fucking achievement that like nobody fucking bothers to do. Like, oh, what was the one? There was like one. It was to befriend someone. Whoops. It was because like they had like the different, not clans, the different factions in the game, right? And like you had a friendship level with each of them. And there was a bunch of achievements based around getting like different amounts of friendship with, or well, basically for maxing out friendship and that. And I would do it. And like there was some really ones that just kind of sucked to do. Like I remember there was some furbolgs or something that the only way, there was like a few quests you could do for them, but for the most part the only thing that you could really, am I not tracking this fucking quest or something? Because I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to be burning here. Or did it just like auto-complete because like I had already burned something down maybe? Oh wait, no, that should be up here, right? Shadows, paint it red. The hell's... Oh, okay, that's that one. Oh, I must have finished it. Yeah, it must have just auto-completed, so I didn't even need to kill any of those soldiers. Oops. Yeah, the only way to do it though, or the only way to increase it with them, was to kill these other guys that were around and hope that they dropped a necklace or something. And you needed like a fuck ton of them, right? Like you needed so many of these things to max out your reputation with them. And they only drop from like certain enemies in this one region. And once you got, and I think you had to collect 10 to turn them in for like a very small amount of reputation. And I think each time like your reputation rank increased, you got like a quest that would then give you a little bit more, just like a little boost into the next one. But even still, it took me so long to do it, right? And there was lots of stuff like that I would do. Like I'd go and I'd grind stuff out and whatnot. Just like I would rather go and grind out the same like group of enemies in a region, collecting fucking necklaces from them to gain reputation rather than do a fucking raid. Because like it was easy, like it was monotonous, sure, but it was easy, and I felt like the rewards were the same. Like to me, the rewards were the same because like it's like I said, the raids and that are what turned me off of MMOs because you need a group of people, you need a lot of time to do this one dungeon. You need to have everybody coordinate because a lot of times, or maybe not a lot of times, but a good chunk of the time, if like one, maybe two people aren't in sync, aren't quite getting it, it fucks it up for everybody else. Like you just can't do it anymore at that point. Like it's so easy to go wrong. You need so much prep time beforehand just to get enough gear in order to even attempt it. Even the first time, and then you got to learn all the different mechanics to all the different boss and that and like in the end all you're doing is getting better equipment just so you can do that thing you just did. So like a lot of times I would have the equipment because of my constant grinding of stuff to do the raid, and I'd go through it once on normal, and then like I just wouldn't touch heroic. I'd only go through it once, pop the achievement at the end, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
This complicates things.
One less cultist? Seems simple enough.
Lagos was a dear friend once. I should have been there.
I'm sorry, Brasidas, but when Lagos joined the cult, he sealed his fate.
So you execute the manga in public against my advice, and now you kill Lagos? If you were under my command, you wouldn't be anymore.
I don't follow orders. I do what I have to.
So it's done. I suppose you'll be wanting to report the news to Sparta soon.
We may have won a wreath, but the kings also wanted us to conquer the Boeotians.
True. You are needed there before we return.
Marini, you are as determined as ever. I'm sure you will regain your house soon. With Lagos dead, arrangements must be made to ensure Sparta doesn't starve.
Arkadia is safe once more.
And the bounty is lifted. We are free to travel without fear.
Then let's continue our journey.
Alright, so it just counts it as if you killed him like right there instead of... It's like that's the fort that he was in. It was a pretty big fort. I thought it was weird when I came across him too. Because like, he didn't have any guards around him. He was just standing in the middle of the fort. Like he wasn't... Like most of the time the leaders, they're doing something, right? Like it may not be a lot, but they're doing something. And he's in strange ruins, alright. So this is the next area we're going to. We have the Conqueror to meet the Spartan polemark. We have the Lore of the Sphinx, which is for dear old, biological dad. The hunting party with with Hippocrates there. And then we do have another lost tale. Praxilla's Admirer. Praxilla. I feel like I know that name, but I'm not 100% on that. So I mean, we may as well go and talk to this guy, right? Like, it's all about conquering. So I'm wondering then if this place, because like it's fully fortified, and like I guess Attica would always be. So then I'm wondering if there's like actually no way to conquer that before this, because like if it's already under Spartan control, it wouldn't really make much sense for the Spartan kings to send you there to conquer it, right? So like that's got to be like permanent, like under Athens control, I would imagine. But we'll go talk to this guy, because I imagine he'll give us like a bunch of just like standard quests, and we'll go talk to the Sphinx guy, and we'll set those up, and then in between this part and next part, and we'll probably wrap it up there. I mean, it's not like it'll be a fairly short video, but I was honestly hoping to get Because like I get a lot of game time, but I don't get a lot of recording time is my issue, right? Because like I can play my game pretty much all day, but it's like actual recording time is limited because like I don't live by myself. Like very noisy neighbors. I live in townhouses, so my neighbors running up and down the stairs and that. I don't think that comes through, but every once in a while it's like they're building shit next door. Not to mention I have across my backyard, which is a very small backyard. It's a parking lot for an apartment complex, and there's this one guy in particular. Like there's a lot of vehicles there at certain points in the day. People going to and from work, as you might imagine. But then there's also this one asshole there, and he's the worst. He's he's like that guy, right, with his truck, where he apparently needs everybody to know whenever he comes and goes, because it's just so fucking loud. He still has that. But yeah, it's like so loud. He revs it constantly. Like, it's so fucking annoying.
Let's ride.
He's just the absolute worst. Alright, where we go? There we go. Oh yeah, but like that, I took the eagle helmet because I actually had the silver version of it unlocked now, and since I am the eagle bearer, and I don't know if there would be a silver helmet. I mean, like they do have that bunch of like, I guess they're probably like gladiator helmets. I guess I'm assuming that's what they're going for, is that they're like very gladiator-esque helmets. So maybe that's like they're assuming that that's what you're going for. Or somebody pointed out actually in I can't remember if it was the first video, it might have been the second video that I wore this armor set in beforehand, that I looked a lot like my brother in this game, and I didn't even realize it when I equipped it the first time. But yeah, like the silver armor is the armor that Alexios wears, and I'm assuming Kassandra, if you're playing as Alexios, would also wear it. But yeah, I didn't even notice that. So like maybe, although that wouldn't make, I was gonna say maybe that's why they don't have a helmet, because like when you see it on them, they wouldn't, they're not wearing it, that helmet. But that doesn't really stop them. I mean, a lot of the armor that you get is armor that you can see on other people. I mean, even if only specific characters. And I mean, there's a few of those that don't wear helmets. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess the majority of the armor you get, because I guess you really only ever see it on, because like the mercenaries all wear different kinds of armor, which I'm assuming is on purpose. Because like, I mean, that would make sense. Actually, I should be able to keep going up with him. Because I imagine that that's also randomized. Like, I imagine their names and titles and that, like, there's a pool that it draws from. Because that's obviously something that they would want to keep going forever, right? Like, they wouldn't want you to eventually make it to the end of the mercenaries, right? Where it's like you're at the end of it and then like just like that's it. Like you're done now. Like there's no more, like you've killed all the mercenaries, right? Because that would kind of defeat the purpose of a bounty system. Although, if there was only a limited amount, I mean, that would be like a good reward. It's like, hey, it doesn't matter what kind of bounty you get anymore, because anybody who might hunt you down, already dead. Like, that would be a great fucking reward. Where it's like, after tier, what is it, S4, S5, whatever the fuck it is. It's like, God tier, you are the god of all mercenaries. None shall challenge you because you are the last. Because you have made sure you are the last of your kind. And just like, yeah. Which is totally something I would have done by now, considering how annoyed I am. Or how annoying the mercenaries can be. I definitely would have just, like, kept killing. Like, I mean, to be fair, if I wasn't recording a video, I probably would have killed that mercenary that we went by. Just because I don't really have any reason to do it other than they annoy me when they hunt me, so I kill them first. It does nothing for me because, like, if they're not already hunting me, like, killing them doesn't prevent them from hunting me in the future, since it would just spawn another mercenary. I don't know how often it spawns them. Like, you get quite a few mercenaries. Like, you get one mercenary per helmet that you have, right? And that's more or less it. And as far as I know, they will all start hunting you at once. And then, like, as you kill them, they'll slowly replace themselves with, or like, it'll slowly replace the ones that you've killed with new ones to hunt you. But like, if you're just killing mercenaries without a bounty, I don't know how often it would replace them. I imagine often enough that you wouldn't really notice that, you know, you're running low at any point.
I'm looking for
You!
Stentor? Malakas! I'm here to help, you idiot.
Not after Megaris. Not after what you did.
King Archidamos of Sparta sent me to aid you in securing the region.
This is how much he trusts me. He put his faith in a fucking mercenary. The gods are punishing me with your presence.
If I was your punishment, you'd already be dead.
Why have the kings sent you?
Stentor, relax. I'm here as an ally to Sparta and to you. We've worked together once. We can do it again.
Your help in Megaris might have secured the region for Sparta, but I lost more than I gained. I shouldn't have trusted you then, and why now?
I'm here on business. What's going on?
Everything is fine. The Boeotian rebels are a problem, but nothing we can't handle.
What is the Spartan army doing in Boeotia?
We sieged Athens, but Cleon took power and pushed us out. Taking Boeotia will weaken his position. The wolf was gone. I was needed. I couldn't abandon my men.
You should thank the gods that I've come to help you.
The only reason you're still alive is that writ you carry. You're not an ally, just a weapon.
Then put me to work.
You're not up to the challenge.
Try me.
There are 4 Boeotian champions fighting for the Athenians. Aristeos, Yanira, Nesea, and Veragon. Think you can kill them? I'd like to see you try.
I told you we could work this out.
Killing the champions won't help. I mean, I'll kill them.
All right then. I'll find these champions and put an end to them.
I doubt it will be as easy as you think. But I'm relieved to see you can follow orders.
Where will I find these mighty Boeotians?
I only know of 2. There are reports of Aristeos occupying the military fort of Gela. Nesea was last seen in the forest east of Thebes.
I thought the Boeotians hated everyone. Why are they working with Athens?
They see both Sparta and Athens as enemies. But Athens got here first, and they agreed to a temporary alliance.
What's so great about these champions? They're just 4 people against the Spartan military.
Sparta has its army, and Boeotia has its legends. And they're a symbol of what this place used to be.
The sooner I get this done, the sooner we take Boeotia for Sparta.
Alright, so find and assassinate the champions. Oh, that's easy enough. Easily done. Oh my god, there's actually quite a few quests in here, unless these are all the same shit again. The Brewing Love, the Stolen Steed. Okay, no, we're good. We're different. Man, there's a lot in here. And like including that'll probably actually take us quite a bit. Alright, so let's see here. Where are these assholes? There's one over here at Mount Helicon, apparently. There's one in the forest there. Oh no, that's the Lord of the Sphinx. What's that one? The last fight of... Okay, Aristeos is over there. The end of Drakon is over there. You know what, let's just try and hunt these guys down. Fuck the Sphinx thing. Okay, so actually, I'll just go to quests, right? Because it should tell me... the last hunt of Messiah, 663. That would make her the closest one. So, I mean, we got 20 minutes left, right? I mean, we can probably clean up. I mean, we might not be able to get all 4 of them. But, I mean, we should be able to clean up probably, I'd say, 2 of them. And I'll just try and make sure not to kill the other 2 off camera. Just, you know, in case they're interesting. I mean, they might be interesting, they might not be. Who knows? Alright, that's it. Where's Phobos? Unicorn, man. I have a feeling that these guys aren't going to be anything special. We'll see what Messiah here is like. If all it is just like standard, like, champion level enemy in specific location. I mean, I'm just gonna fucking kill them all in between this part and next part, because like in between the 2 parts I'll clear the rest of Boeotia here and clean up everything that's there, and then, you know, we should, I mean, I imagine with the amount of side quests that I saw there, not to mention the Lost Tale. I mean, the Lost Tale itself,
There'll be trouble if I'm spotted here.
like the Lost Tale itself would be 1 part, just based on like the other Lost Tale. Oh my, is she in here? Oh my. Oh, good Christ, that is a lot of fucking animals.
There stalks the mighty hunter.
Alright. Now then, the question is do I try and just go for it in my armor? I put a couple different things. Like, not only is the armor fully upgraded, I put a couple of the 30% total armor engravings on it. So, like, not only is my armor impressive as is, it then even has, like, and then it has even more armor on top of it. Like, a ridiculous amount of armor. Oh, I just don't, because, like, those guys are right there. So, like, if... Actually, they're pretty far away. I mean, based on, like... Make it. There we go. I kind of want the bear. Like, I would rather assassinate the bear than her, in all honesty. But... Aha. Yeah, so it's just standard enemy then. It's just specific champions. Dude, fucking Phobos just vanished in Rainbow. Oh no, there it is. Alright, let's see. Who's next on my kill list here? Drakon is next. Alright, let's go get him. Wow, that took 3 minutes to get here and kill her. Shockingly enough, like, I guess I am over-leveled at this point. Like, I am definitely over-leveled. But, like, even still, there is, like, I should not have had enough assassination damage to kill her. Like, I understand that my critical assassinate is maxed out, which I think is 3 times the damage. Like, 3 times your assassin damage. So, like, that little red bar that shows up when I'm behind them. Think of that 3 times. That's how much damage I do. But it seems to also do even more than that for some reason. And I'm not sure why. I might have to go and take a look at the skill. And see, like, maybe it has a thing about... Well, no, because I was going to say if maybe it has a thing about being hidden. But if you're not hidden, you can't assassinate them at all. So, yeah, I don't... Yeah, I don't know why it's... Why she... Well, I guess she was also a huntress, though. So, I mean, it's not like she was armored, like a heavy armor or something that would have a lot of health. So, I guess that does kind of make sense. Fucking fought that bear, though. So, easy fight, thankfully. I also like how Achilles' spear kind of, like, matches my armor set. Like, I like how much this set came together. I kind of wish I did have a different Phobos skin that more or less matched it, but... Or that matched it a little bit better, like maybe like an actual armored one, like armored set for him or something, but I mean, the unicorn is the closest match I have, I think. I could see about the other skins that the blacksmith sells and see if there's one maybe not quite as ridiculous as this one, you know, but I don't know. I don't remember what the other ones were. I looked them up and I looked at them, but I saw the unicorn one and I'm like, that's fucking dumb as hell. I want it. Which is a good selling point for a lot of stuff.
There he is.
Well, that wasn't very hard to find him. In fact, I'm just gonna ride right up to him. Now, if only I could train Phobos to lower his head as we charge and just pick him up and just take him. Alright, you big boy. Drakon. Should I give you like an honorable fight? There you go. Frick. Aha! Oh, you missed. Oh, I saw it coming though, bitch. Come on, Drakon, you can do better. Oh, you also got fire, eh? Oh, too bad you suck with it. Boosh. Yeah, you are. No. Aha. Oh, too bad, Drakon. 250 nation power for these fuckers. Holy hell. Oh, and I even got his bracers. Nice. Alright, next. Maybe we will get through them all. I mean, they're not taking very long. So as long as they're like all within like 1,000 meters of each other, which they might be. I may have actually just managed to start it at like a good one. Like, because if they are close enough together that I can get to each of them, I mean, we may be able to clean this quest up like super quick. He's training his troops in the military fort. Ooh, this one's in a fort though. I mean, I can probably sneak in and get him, right? I mean, I might switch to my assassin set for it, but just like depending, because he's training his troops, so he's probably a big guy like that last one. And as you saw when I came up behind him, definitely could not have finished him off with one critical assassinate. If I was thinking at the time, I should have actually maybe checked to see if, or what, like if my assassin set could have taken him out. The fact that they're just kind of chilling there, I mean, I guess they don't know that I'm working for Sparta, since, you know, I'm not wearing Spartan armor. But even if I was wearing Spartan armor, they wouldn't register that as a threat. Oh, because technically I am. I mean, I changed the way it looks, but this is the Spartan war hero armor. So, you know, in theory, if the game was going to register what armor I was wearing, it would register, like, what the set actually is, not what I've covered it up with, you know? Hey, guys, there's a wolf there you might want to deal with. Man, he's, Phobos can't run very fast when he's in towns, and unfortunately, apparently the fucking animals can. I'm glad that they did, it's like these are local champions now, instead of just like, hey, it's, you know, they more Athenian. It's like, great. I mean, not that it really changes things, like this is just basically like hunting for specific mercenaries, more or less. Which I have had quests like that too. There's been times where like I've killed a mercenary. It's like, hey, congratulations, you completed a quest you didn't know you had. And it's like, oh, because like there is I don't know if that's happened at all in video, but there have been multiple times where like I'll do something and I'll be like, you know, through I can't remember. It's like something like it's like through something or just sheer dumb luck, Kassandra managed to complete an assignment or complete a task or something for someone. Now you gotta do is claim your reward. The weird thing is though, is like it does phrase it like that. It phrases it a lot better than that, but that's the gist of it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Untracked.
I need to talk to him.
Ah, that's that guy. That's got to be the Sphinx guy. Like it does phrase it something like that, but then when you actually go and talk to the person, you actually still have to go through all of the they're like, hey, can you do this for me? Bullshit, you know, even though it's already done. Alright, so let's go. So I'm assuming... I'm still curious as to whether or not I'm actually going to have to fight the Sphinx, right? Because I don't know how the Sphinx would attack. But if there isn't, like, an alternate path where you just answer riddles and you get the reward, like, you get the item from it, I'm going to be very annoyed because, like, that's the Sphinx's whole deal. Okay, so where the fuck is this asshole? I gotta say, the waterways in Greece, way safer than the waterways in Egypt. Like, if I had seen this, that I had to swim across in fucking Origins, I would have ran over to that town and grabbed a boat. Like, there's no way that I would fucking swim that. Because I would have been attacked by, like, 12 crocodiles and 4 hippos on my way across this. Like, there'd be zero chance of me actually attempting to swim it. The fact that I only marked him might be good. That might mean that he's actually alone right now. Which would be very convenient. There we go. Just take this boat that somebody left out here. I thought there was going to be like soldiers on the boat since this is one of their forts and it's in the middle of water. You know, it would make sense for them to have, you know, soldiers on boats out here, but nope, apparently not. Apparently not needed at all. Come on. Come on, you can make it. There we go.
Looks like I missed a fight.
Apparently. Oh my! Look, I'm actually gonna get a cutscene with this one. I mean, I ran all around that last guy and didn't, Oh! Dude's here.
Potter?
Oh.
Kassandra,
Oh, look at that.
what are you doing here?
I came to kill him.
He wouldn't have been a challenge for you. But I'm glad our paths have crossed again.
I never thought I'd see you again. What have you been doing?
You made me realize in Megaris that I lost my honor long ago. There's no way to go back and make it up to you. But I can fulfill my promise to Stentor now.
This is the last place I expected to find you.
I left Stentor with the greatest responsibility a man could carry. I couldn't leave him to face it alone.
How thoughtful.
Killing these champions will weaken the Athenian hold on the region and destroy the rebels' morale.
You came all this way to help Stentor. Good. He needs it.
It's about time I started protecting those I care about.
You're right.
You've changed so much.
This is who I've always been. You just weren't there to see it.
I will never be able to change that. But I can do something now for someone who needs me. There are things Stentor must hear to succeed.
I wish you'd helped me back in Sparta. But Stentor does need help now, even if he doesn't want to admit it. Stentor is as much your family as I am. You can still be there for him.
I will.
He may hate me, but I'm glad to have met him. In a way.
Goodbye, Kassandra of Sparta.
So, I'm actually getting a piece of armor from each of them. That's a Conqueror's chest plate right there. So I'm assuming that if you didn't, like, if you killed him, like Nikolaos, if you killed your dad there, when you had the opportunity before, that this guy might have actually been, like, in the fort or something. Like, I imagine this guy would have been a little bit harder to take care of. Because, like, the thing said that he was training soldiers at the fort. And, like, to me, that would be, like, in the middle of the fort, not... Oh, my. 1104, eh? Where the fuck are you? Oh, you're one way over there. You know, I bet you Cave of the Forgotten Isle. I bet you that's going to be where the Sphinx is. Because I vaguely remember being there at one point. Where did I park my boat? There it is. And, like, being annoyed because, like, I couldn't... I can't remember if, like, I couldn't make it any further. Or if I just... left because it was very clearly like something of importance. Like both the Cyclopses and the Minotaur Den, both or all three of those have that mark on them, like that fast travel mark. So that leads me to believe that that's got to be something, and we are over in this area looking for the Sphinx. So, I mean, odds are that's where the Sphinx is. I mean, I guess they didn't want to be too obvious and call it the Cave of Riddles. So, you know, the Forgotten Isle, I guess, would be good enough. But I also feel like it's not a Forgotten Island because it's like right there, you know? Like, it's not out in the middle of the ocean or something. It's like you can see it from the beach, I'm sure. So it's like, there's an island there. You know, it may have been forgotten as in, like, just nobody thinks about it. But, I mean, it's not it's not forgotten, though. I mean, people know it's there. Like, they can see it. It's not like it's hidden. It's not like they've forgotten that it's there. Like, I mean, they just don't care that it's there. Man, we're actually going to bring this one in just under the wire, actually. For killing these 4 guys. You know, granted, I could have switched to my assassin gear and killed that one guy instead of fighting him. But, I mean, if it wasn't for... although, I was going to say, if it wasn't for Dad there, that guy may have taken longer, but... Oh, he's fucking on horseback. But in all honesty, that may not be true. Like, because I had the whole conversation with him, which probably took longer than an actual fight would have, so... But this is the last one, and he's fucking out on the road. Like, how fucking perfect is that? Alright, buddy. Come here. Oh, I can't,
So you...
Yeah? There we go. Get you off that horse. Alright, what do you got, lady? Well... Oh, you miss. But then I made you miss. And now I'm just gonna stab the shit out of you. And good night. Oh, fuck, cultist as well. Look at that. Dude, nice. Got another cultist. Stab.
I'll root all of you out.
Oh, nice. The Amazon Greaves. I was missing those. I still don't have a helmet for that, but... Alright, let's see where the fuck this chick was. Heroes of the Cult, eh? Well, no longer such a hero. Is that this one? Yeah, that was the Heroes where I've already got that guy. Man, I'm cleaning up here. Who the fuck was this bitch again? Oh, right, that chick. Yeah, and I still didn't get the, I didn't get a thing for Lagos. Like a clue. Like, I'm still missing a clue. I'm still gonna guess it's the old guy. I mean, that's my best guess at the moment. But, I mean, unless something changes based on, like, this quest or the, or, like, the conversation that takes place after it. Do we have time to turn it? We don't really have time to go and turn it in, unfortunately, but that's fine. Why is the nation leader, like, directly... Oh, that's... Is that... Yeah, that's the right one. Why the hell's the nation leader, like, right there? Yeah, alright, well, anyway, that'll be it for this part. Next part, we'll do some side missions, maybe go find a Sphinx. We'll save the Lost Tale until last. We'll clear up everything else first. But thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you on Wednesday.